All right. Hey, y'all, it is Monday. So I'm preparing myself to do a Facebook Live and I'm getting dressed. Look at me. I'm doing wonderful. But while I'm getting dressed for that, and I'm just spraying my hair with this, a water and conditioner mixture. Just trying to use the rest of it before I go get my glycerin and water. But I want to talk about, I got up this morning and I was thinking about absent fathers. Fathers, where are you, daddy? Where are you, daddies? And fathers in the home are so important. And I know we live in a world today where women, we can do it. We can do everything. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no man. We can do it. We got it. But listen. Good fathers are needed in the home. It's not just about you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when the fathers are not in the home with single mothers, we'll turn it all on us. Well, I can do it, honey. It ain't about you. Having a good father in the home. That's why I speak to a lot of women that don't even have children yet. Or, they're in the dating stage of their lives. How it's so important that you make a good decision on the man that you're going to choose to marry. On the man that you're going to choose to be the father of your children. Fathers are so important at home. When fathers are not in the home, sometimes our children will act out. They'll start having bad behaviors. They'll, start losing a lot of interest in things that they really, love to like to do. And sometimes it be because they're missing their dad. When they're little, between the ages of maybe, newborn and maybe 5, they're not paying no attention to it because they don't know. But once they start going to school and they see, they be having things at their school events and stuff, and they see other children with their fathers, then they'll begin to wonder, well, where's my dad? Why my dad ain't here? And it does a lot to the children. Now, I'm really talking to fathers too. It really does a lot to your child when they don't see you're not there. What excuse could you possibly have for not being in your child's life? What excuse? You would go buy a dog, a roof dog, and you would make sure that dog had food every day. You would make sure that dog had his shots. You would make sure that dog had a cage or a home, a place to live. You would make sure of that. But you are the father of a child out here. And you can't even tell nobody what your child had for dinner, breakfast, lunch, or whatever, your child was going through, because you're really not that concerned. But you're more concerned about a dog. You will be more concerned about your car. You will be more concerned about the new family that you have. Now think about that. Let that sink in. You've moved on. It ain't no problem with moving on, but don't move on without your child. And what gets me, y'all, how are you a woman? And then you're gonna be in a relationship with a man that does not take care of his child. What? But you say, honey, as long as he take care of mine, I don't care. What kind of woman is you? If a man don't take care of his own flesh and blood, you all right because he might take care of yours? What? What kind of woman does that say you are? But a man that will make sure his education is on point. Make sure he getting all his degrees, going to all the classes. Make sure he running his business well. But over here, your child, your flesh and blood is suffering. And a lot of times later, your children may be going through because they're missing their fathers. And you're going to have enough wisdom and concern to sit down and talk with your child and get them through this season in their life. Don't get mad at the child and fuss out the child. What you worried about your sorry daddy for? I'm here. No, honey. Don't do that. Sit down and talk with your child. They have a valid point and right to be sad or discouraged when they don't see their daddy. And you have to have enough wisdom to talk them through it. Okay? And another thing, when fathers are not in the home, it removes the protection from the home. A lot of men are trying to come into a single woman's life especially if she have daughters or young son, because they're predators. They're pedophiles, or men are trying to move in a woman's space when there is no man there. A man is a image of protection. A man is less likely to approach a woman when he knows that there's a man present in the home that love his wife and love his children. I see a lot of women that are abused, by the boyfriend or whatever. But I guarantee you, if that boyfriend knew that there was a father, a man present in the home, an uncle, a daddy, somebody, and that man knew that they would not allow you to do that to their loved one, that man wouldn't do that. But because that man knows there's no presence of a man in the house, he'll come in there and turn over a table. He'll come in there and punch a wall and punch you. But if he know that that woman got the presence of some man somewhere in her life, he's less likely to do it. Protection. There needs to be an image of protection in the home. Also, and I wrote some of these things down, financial hardship. When there's no man in the home, when it's a one-parent household, it makes it financially harder on us as women. It does. That's why the man is in need. A good man, not just a man that wear pants, but a good man is needed in the home. Because it will stabilize the finances in the home. Because my finances, your finances, and your husband's finances, guess what? Makes it flow better. But when there's no finances in the home, it makes it very difficult for a single mother. Because she's using all her finances to what? To pay the bills. There really doesn't be much for any other activity. That child might need to go to piano lessons. That child might want to be in extracurricular activities at school, but they can't because the mother, her income is all she has. Fathers, where are you? You're causing your children to suffer. Good fathers. When a good father's in the home, he allows the daughters to feel safe. So safe in the home. When that little girl or that son know my daddy coming home, it does something to them, and it's supposed to. It also allows a young girl or young son to see the role of a father. See the role of a good daddy in the home. I was watching this thing on TikTok, and this little girl had some money. And she was counting it, putting it together. So someone was asking her, are you going to use that money to pay bills? And she said, no. And the person said, why not? She said, because girls don't pay bills. And the person said, why girls don't pay bills? And she said, because my daddy paid the bills. You see, she's seen that in the household. So she know that she ain't supposed to be the provider. That man is supposed to be the provider. So guess what? That will cause her to marry a man that's a provider. Oh, it's important, y'all. Having a father in the home is important. Daddies, where are you? What has caused you to turn your whole back on your child? And all they have is a memory of my daddy, but no presence of my daddy. None. And I'm going to tell you something, daddies. When you forsake your children, your outcome don't always be good. Now, you might be doing fabulous now, but the outcome of your life don't always be good because you forsook your children. Now, I'm telling you, nothing should stop you from having a relationship with your children. You are important in that household, and you're needed in that household if you're a good man, a good daddy. And that's why a lot of times our children are suffering. That's why a lot of times there's so many disciplinary conduct in the classroom, because there's no discipline in the home under the headship and authority of a father. So I just wanted to make that video, and so much more I want to say, but I just really wanted to say this. Fathers, where are you? Daddies, where are you? Why have you left your children? Why is there other things that you're concerned with more than your child? You gonna get old one day, daddy. I know you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s right now, you're in the prime of your life, but guess what? What goes up is coming down. There's a decline that's going to come in your life. There's a decline that's going to come. And them same babies that you turning your back on now, guess what? You're going to need them children. I've seen it, I've seen it, I've seen it. You're going to need them babies one day. And people wondering why mama or why daddy in the rest home and their children don't visit them sometimes. Not always. Because you can be good to some children, take care of them, honey, and they still don't have nothing to do. But I'm talking about for the fathers that just have abandoned their children. There's a decline going to come in your life. But you ain't always going to be able to get up and get dressed. You might not always be able to remember your name when the decline comes. You're going to need somebody to help you walk when the decline comes. You don't know how the end result is going to be. But how you live your life, daddy, away from your children, abandoning your children, something a dog wouldn't do to his puppies. One day, all that's going to turn around. Don't forsake your children. Whatever you got to do, show up. And I mean show up where they can lay their eyeballs on you. Show up where they can feel you. They can feel the hug. Ooh, do you remember how your daddy used to smell? That's what I'm talking about. Not this Facebook Messenger mess. But show up in your children's life. It matters and it's important. It's important. You ain't going to always be in the prime of your life. A decline is coming. And you don't know what's going to happen. But how did you live? How did you live? How did you live? All right. So anyway, let me get dressed because I got to go on here on Facebook Live. These people is waiting on me. Love y'all. Take care.